All right, here at No Reserve, we have our just beautiful time capsule, one owner, 1986 Nissan Sentra, two-door coupe. It's got 74,000 original miles. It's always been in the Northwest. It's an Oregon car. It has an Oregon clean title and the original owner's name. So it's all original paint, super shiny. It's the metallic blue on blue. Still got the beauty rings in the caps. Michelin tires are a couple years old, but the tread is like new. This car is, I mean, I've never actually seen one in person. These kind of, you know, these were economy cars used and put miles on them and thrown away, but it's pretty impressive. Like if you look up online, the fuel economies in this thing is the mid 40s, and it's like, man, that was 86, and cars are lucky to get that nowadays, so it's really impressive. So we'll go ahead and start at the front. I mean, it's all original, untouched, original stereo, original floor mats, owner's manuals, books, all that good stuff, brochures. You know, we've done the maintenance, oil change, and a bunch of other stuff, full tune-up, wipers, stuff like that, tires balanced or rotated. So you come around here, we'll start here. You know, you need to have a little bit of like sandblasting or rock chipping on some of the black trim. The gray center is a little bit faded, but there's no cuts or no breaks in any of the grill pieces. Headlights, you know, you have a little bit of sandblasting on there. Bumpers, nice condition. Lower valance has some rock chips and stuff like that. This side looks like it got a little hung up on something, but you could probably just hammer that back down in there. I might even do that. A little chip on this corner light, that'd be an eBay piece if you want to find one. Other than that, you know, you have a little bit of stone chips on the front. The paint is really nice and shiny and smooth. No paint work, no accidents, nothing's ever been messed with. It's got original front glass. It's the Nissan logo on all the pieces. You can see the VIN there. There is a chip here. The glass does have some stone chipping, so you know, you'll see like the little tiny chips and stuff like that, like just real small ones. You know, from 30 plus years of cruising around. I mean, it's knocking on 40 years old. See the tires here. Where are they? Date code 2015. But you can see the tread is just like new. It's Michelin's. Nice to see some good quality tires on there. There's a little ding right here, but no paint damage. It's like a little rock ding or something. You can see the rubber around all the lights. All their lights are nice and smooth and shiny still. Rubber moldings are nice and black. The bumpers are a little bit faded, but they're looking pretty good. It looks like maybe somebody tried to put a jack right there on both sides. I think it's actually somebody put a lift, instead of putting it goes right there. But you'll see how clean this underside is. We'll have it up on the lift and you'll see all the underside photos. We'll do a driving video, operational video, and all that stuff. But no rust. You got some stone chips along the bottom here. Other than that, the paint's nice and shiny. A little scratch right there. A little ding in the molding. But look at that. The rubbers and the door sweeps are just perfect. This glass does pop out for ventilation. You might see the latch undone in some of the photos. Look at that paint reflection and shine. This is just a cool looking little car. You'll see inside the wheel wells is nice and clean. You know, some of the hubcaps have some marks on the edges and stuff like that. A couple little scuffs right here. You know, a little condensation in the rear of the lights, but nothing really to complain about. The roof is really nice. You see all of it. I mean, this thing had to have been garage because all the moldings and rubbers on a car of this age or truck of this age, if it hasn't been, it's been out in the elements a lot, you won't have this nice black rubber, and it wouldn't be soft to the touch. I don't know if you could see, you know, how soft it is. But also it gets tight and dried out and starts to pull in a little bit, and you'll see like a little gap here. But you see all the rubbers are just, I mean, this thing's just amazing. I mean, it's funny what people choose to fall in love with and treasure, and it's amazing to see after all these years, one owner. You can see it's a beautiful color in the sun. There's a little ding here. Maybe somebody loaded something on it when they're loading it in the trunk, dropped it. I'll take you in the trunk here while we're in the back. But you'll see a couple little scratch right there. Inside the trunk's really nice. Still got the original carpet. It's got its original Nissan jack kit. Still got the original, this kind of like particle board You could take that out and wash it out, but there's lots of photos. Original spare is down in there with all the jack and the pieces. A couple little stains on this carpet piece, but you could probably get out and, you know, pressure wash, whatever. It's just amazing to see it still here because you can just roll it out like this. It comes out super easy. Oftentimes people will spill something in there and they take it out and never put it back. You see the paint underneath the trunks, really nice. You see, you know what's great about low mile stuff is you can still see all the anodized parts still have that bright shiny finish, and same for underneath the hood. Rear defroster window, that works. Everything works on this car. You know, you have a little bit of scuffing on the plastic there. A really soft little ding right there, no paint damage. So this, like the driver's fender, you could get like a PDR. Nice and clean back there. Original Nissan cap. It looks like they may have like maybe a garage door, a post or something. It's slightly rubbed against and scratched the quarter panel right here and did a little scratch right here. This is like an indent scratch, but it's really hard to notice, especially with this color. A couple light scratches here, a little wear on the paint right there. But again, you know, ton of underside photos. This thing probably has 375 photos of it, just top to bottom. See, the rubber looks good. Again, logo on every piece of glass. It's another little soft ding here. This thing has a couple small dings in it, but this is it. And again, no paint damage. So you get that iron out. New wiper blades for you. Inside is unbelievable. I got the original mats out so I can show you how nice the carpets are. This, you know, it looks like it's dirty, but it's actually the top carpet. This is driver's side is worn out a little bit. And I probably wouldn't throw them in there because it doesn't look as nice as the interior, but it's just amazing to see after all these years. This, the original stereo, owner's manuals, all that stuff comes with the car. See how nice in the door jamb area, just beautiful blue paint. The door panels are just mint. There's not a mark on them, not a slit. Nobody's ever tampered with them, put speakers in them. They're not pulling back. They're just really nice and tight. You know, doors, of course, lock nice and easy. Look at that door jamb. This is what it's talking about. These anodized parts are just beautiful and shiny. This does work for the dome light. I have, so you'll see here, pushing it, works properly. Seat is just mint. This thing has had seat covers on it since it was new. When we got it, it had seat covers on it that looked pretty old. I'm not sure if they were the same ones that have been on there new, but original carpet's a nice shape. You know, maybe a little bit of discoloring here and there. Little scuff in the glove box right there, maybe for somebody's knee or something like that. Original stereo, clock works, heater works, blower motor works, cigarette lighter works, and I'll show all that stuff in the dragging video. Absolutely no cracks on the dash. Nothing wrong with the headliner, no marks. There is a couple little marks here. This car has 0 odors, doesn't smell like dog, doesn't smell like smoke or anything, but there's a couple marks in the carpet here. Maybe a long time ago somebody did and put a couple little marks here, but there's nothing in the seats. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's light blue and gray. There's a little mark on the side here. And I think what this is from is I think the seat covers had those little, you know, they were old style, had those little metal hooks, and I think they got hooked on there. You know, this is the release mechanism, still works. The seat does slide forward and back and recline properly. Back seat is unbelievable. Looks like nobody's ever even sat in it. All the seat belts are really nice and clean. I mean, look in here. This door panel is beautiful. Rear package tray isn't sun dried, isn't crispy, isn't faded or knocked out or missing. You see the side of the driver's seat's beautiful. This car is just unbelievable. You look at the back here, it has another little tiny mark, I think, from those seat cover hooks. But this thing is just, I know some people go, oh, it's an 86 Sentra, but it's like, where in the world are you gonna find another one of these, or have you ever seen one that was been babied and pampered? You got your manual antenna. You always got to remember, if you want a good stereo reception, you got to pull this up yourself. I've forgotten a couple times and wonder why the stereo's not working so good. You'll see another little mark like that, and that's it for the seat. You know, see maybe a little discoloring here, a little dirt, but it's cool to see. You can see the markings on the pedal, fuse cover still there, not lost. A lot of that stuff is just gone on these cars. You know, people a lot of times just don't care about them. I mean, even if it's a Corvette or something like that, just over the years, little stuff like this just ends up missing. And you know, a lot of these cars did get tossed away when they stopped running with 200, 300, 400,000 miles on them. You know, it might be kind of a little tough to find that fuse box cover or the original owner's manual, stuff like that. You know, 74,095 miles. I mean, just unbelievable. It's a blast to drive, and this thing's got some pep to it too. It gets up and goes. Here, I'll push that so that works good. And you can also turn it off, which I did for the photos, so you don't wear your battery out if you can have your doors open. See the carpet, and it's really nice shape. Nothing in there all scratched up. Shifter, boots all nice. Nissan stereo, still plays cassettes. Got a Willie Nelson cassette in it when I got it, and that will come with the car, just because I think it needs to be with the car. But at first I was worried. I was like, how am I gonna prove this thing works? I don't have any cassettes. But pushed the eject button, and the case was in the glove box too, which is awesome. So we'll get it's got the little prop rod right there for the hood. But look how shiny that paint is. You know, the bolts around the struts, all these anodized parts. Look how shiny the master cylinder still is. All these emblems, all these anodized parts usually are way oxidized. I mean, you see the intakes all nice and shiny.